Welcome back to the third and final stretch of News Across Nigeria. As we proceed, we'd like to remind you of some of the great salient facts of Lagos State, which we're showing you in just a moment. There you go. Lagos State hardly needs any introduction as the commercial capital of Nigeria. Although it's the smallest state in size, it's the most commercially, it's the commercial capital of the country, as it were. Largest in urban area in Nigeria as well. The smallness of the size does not detract from the fact that the urban areas are largely more developed than other states. And it is also in the southwest, as you know, and about 18 million people as far as the population is concerned. Well, time does not permit us to bring some more facts about Lagos State, for which we'll have to take it to the next edition of the program. But now we'd like to just continue on to Edo State, where the local government pensioners are appealing to the state governor, Comrade Adams Oshomole, to intervene in the failure of the local government councils in the state to meet their pension obligation in the last 6 months. Now, the pensioners who staged a protest at the Edo State Government House also had to lament the failure of the pension board to effect their harmonization as well as to enlist new pensioners. That's not all. Officials of the Edo State government who received the pension promised to attend to their demands as soon as possible.
Senior citizens of Edo State who have put in 35 years of their lives as teachers gather at the Edo State Government House to protest non-payment of their pensions by the local government councils. This is the second protest within the space of 14 days, and this time the pensioners took to prayers. 35 years after working for government, some earn 5,000 naira due to non-harmonization of pensions, and even the pay has not come for 6 months.
Pensioners are now being used as guinea pig of experiment. People are playing with the money. The money has been hijacked, and pensioners are dying. This is a gradual way of exterminating pensioners.
A question I would want you to help us to ask the state government is to ask whether those of us who work in the local government, we work in the primary school, but we are a group with the local government corps. Is this saying that the bit we did for the 35 years was not useful? Because he's paying the state pensioners. A situation where those of us, we also made 35 years of service. Why paying some and living out some?
This thing is affecting our generation. Like me, I have 8 graduates, no one has work. I still sustain them, and no money now to sustain them. What do they want them to do?
Though the state government addressed the press last week to the effect that they are not responsible for the hardship being faced by the pensioners, they came out this time to address the situation.
Then the greatest blow blew on the 23rd of this month. To our surprise, one Mr. Kasim Afegbo went to the press to say that the state government is not responsible for the payment of local government pensioners.
We are going to make sure, as they are using palliative to pay the staff who are in service, something is done to make sure at least you get your pension, even the smallest one. In spite of your hunger, you have displayed calm. In spite of your hunger, you have given us a listening ear. That is the democratic way to resolve issues. You wash my hand, I wash your hand. I will commend your maturity, commend your patriotic disposition to the current governor.
It is hoped that their issue is addressed speedily, as theirs is a case that either raises or dashes the hope of the younger generation.
Pensioners in Edo State to the pensioners in the North Central in Benue State, they converged on the government house in Makurdi to demand the share of the 28.5 billion naira bailout funds from the governor, Samuel Otom-led government. The pensioners, mostly aged men and women, began arriving at the government house as early as 10 a.m. to demand the payment of their 5 months pension arrears, following the payment of salaries to civil servants last week from the bailout funds. The governor, Samuel Otom, invited the senior citizens into the banquet hall to allow for proper interface and offer explanations about the 28.5 billion naira bailout funds. And that's where we leave it. From the North Central, we visited with the South-South, the Southeast, and the Southwest on today's edition of News Across Nigeria. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Olumide Macaulay. See you again.